Namaste, this is Mahesh and Perry, and today we're going to talk a little bit about what you resist persists. And it's really interesting when you think about some of the things that you try to hold back. They tend to come forward more, they tend to show themselves more and more obviously the more you tend to hold back from something. Now this can be whether it will be a spiritual thing or whether it be a practical thing. So this could be whether you're asking for a promotion, or you're worried about your job, or something's happening with a family member, something's happening at your children's school, something's within you that you find unrest, and if you resist it, it tends to come back more and more, and it tends to be more and more prevalent all the time and more obvious, and it will keep coming back in lots of different ways. And I tend to see this more and more in myself, that if I am not accepting and I don't surrender to lots of things, I tend to find that it comes back in lots of different ways until eventually I just can't deal with it anymore. And so or I really have to face it, and then by the time I'm forced to face something, that's when I'm not at my best to deal with it. The way to deal with an issue, and instead of resisting it all the time, the best way to deal with an issue is to sit with it, meditate on it, come from a place of forgiveness and loving and kindness, whatever it is, and deal with it face on. Because as you resist it more and more, and like I say, what happens is it becomes more and more and more prevalent, and comes back to you stronger and stronger, until to the point where you have to deal with it, but it's not on your terms. And another great phrase is, suppression creates explosion. And I think if you hold it inside you, whether it be a feeling or emotion, or something you really feel you need to say to somebody, an expression, then this is when we find that what happens is we just explode. We go from being quite content, normal human beings, and then we allow it to build up within us, and then it just comes out. So the point of this video is about saying that if you're dealing with an issue, sometimes to be honest and straight up is best for you, for your well-being, and for the other person, so they know where they stand, or the situation that you're maybe having an issue with. Sometimes, rather than suppressing it all the time, keeping it pushed down, it will just keep coming back. Maybe making a mental note about how you're going to deal with it, how you're going to express your feelings towards an issue or towards a person in the best way possible, rather than it being a reactive thing at the last minute, when you really don't want to be in that place where it becomes an explosion because you're just suppressing things all the time. So this week I'd like you to think about that, and maybe think about there may be an issue that you feel that needs a resolve. Maybe it's just a conversation with yourself. Maybe you need to forgive yourself for something. Maybe you need to let go, or maybe you need to have a conversation with somebody. Well, have a think. Be well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Please subscribe in the box below, and share, and we'll keep on going. Peace out, take care.